Good morning, everybody. It is our first day together. It's our first episode of Arise with Amber. We went ahead and stuck with the name Arise just because a lot of you voted on that. We had a lot of other good names that y'all suggested, but I think Arise, especially with my tattoo, Still I Rise, arising in the morning, arising from chaos and despair and tribulations, and I think Arise just fits. So, welcome to Arise with Amber. I hope I can bring you guys some sort of something. Sorry, and you'll probably see my cat every now and then. This is Goose for some of you that might not have seen The Smiths. I hope most of you are from The Smiths, but we might have some new people. So, hello. I thought I would start by telling you guys a little bit about myself. If you watch The Smiths, you probably know all this, so you can just tap the little fast forward button. My name is Amber Smith. Granger and I have been married for 10 years, 11 years together. We have 3 amazing children together. London is 8, Lincoln is 6, and River is 3, and he's with Jesus now. I'm born and raised Texas girl. I love Texas. I don't think I could live other places, but I don't think I'd want to. I love my Texas. I love the people here. I love the atmosphere. I love the schools. I just love Texas. And I think if you've never been here, you should get here. It's not all horses and cowboys like you think. There's a lot of that, but Texas is just a great place, a great community, a great place to live. I went to college for broadcast communication. I always thought that I would be some sort of entertainment reporter or journalist or something like that. I ended up going into the radio side of the business. I worked in radio for a few years at CBS in Dallas, and then I decided I wanted to go into acting. So in 2008, I started acting, and about 2010, I guess, I started acting full-time. I've done commercials, I've done print shoots. Commercials and print shoots are probably my favorite. I've done a couple of silly movies, sci-fi type movies, like the Sharknado type movies. You can probably go find some of those. I think 2 of the things that I'm most proud of are I had a recurring role on the hit show Dallas, and I also had a recurring role on American Crime. They were small roles, but they were recurring, and I'll take it. Acting is hard. You know, you get 100 no's probably for every 5 yeses. So I get a lot of people that ask me, you know, I want to get into acting or I want to get my children into acting. Just take the no's. Just take the no's as learning experiences and just keep going. Keep knocking on those doors. Don't let it get you down. It's just, I've kind of changed my thinking now to where I used to get so upset if I didn't get picked. Now I just say, you know what? It's not my day. It's their day, not my day. So it gives you a lot of peace if you do that too. Let's see, what else? My favorite color is yellow. It's always been yellow. I love seafood. I am more of a beach girl than a mountain girl. I try really hard to love skiing. I've actually never been to the mountains in the summer, so that could probably change my thinking. I like the warm, not the cold. My guilty pleasure used to be reality TV. I used to love reality TV, silly, trashy reality drama, because I think my life didn't have a lot of drama, so I just like to watch it. Crazy fact, since River passed, I haven't turned on the TV in almost 10 months. I just didn't care to watch it anymore. I mean, I watch movies with the kids and we watch shows together, but for me, I haven't sat down and watched a show in almost a year. I think priorities just changed, and that just wasn't something that I wanted to fill my brain with. Not saying there's anything wrong with it, because I know I'll probably get back to it, you know, and I know a lot of you love reality TV. But I just started to read a lot of books instead and fill my brain with hope and books about heaven and God. So, what else can I tell you? Ask me some questions on here. So I'm gonna start answering some questions on here. If there's things you wanna know about me, things you want me to talk about, things you want me to do. I am gonna bring you guys makeup tutorials and hair tutorials and skin routines and things like that. They're not gonna look professional because I'm not a professional with that kind of stuff, but I am glad to share my products with you that I use that help me as a mom of 3 get through the day. My greatest fears, I live in the country, so I'm not really scared of scorpions or snakes or mice or any of that kind of stuff. I think my greatest fear actually happened. My greatest fear was losing one of my children, and that happened. So God can give you, sometimes God can hand you your greatest fear and show you that you can get through it, and you can realize how much strength you have in a situation that you never thought that you were gonna need. Sorry if that's getting kind of deep and sad. My parents divorced when I was 4. My mom remarried, and she's with my stepdad, who's an amazing, wonderful man. I'm very, very lucky to have him. My dad got married a couple times, and he's still with his wife. All my family still lives in Fort Worth. I have a couple of siblings. I have one brother. I have two half sisters. I just found out I have another half brother. What else, you guys? I used to be kind of a city girl. I used to live in Dallas and do the whole uptown, going out city thing, but I was still a little country because I was from Fort Worth. So I kind of merged those whenever Granger and I got together, and I'm a country girl. I mean, we have lots of animals. We have lots of chickens. We have bees. We have 2 dogs and a cat. We used to have a guinea pig. We have a gecko. We live on a little bit of land now. We had to move from what we thought was our forever home after the accident. I have severe motion sickness, and I think it came after I had children. Did you guys change anything after you have kids? Like, did y'all get any wacky things that happened to you? Mine is motion sickness. I cannot ride a ride or sit in the back of a car or sometimes even go to a movie and sit close without having to take Dramamine. I just have this weird motion sickness inner ear thing. I guess that's all I can give you for now. I think some of these are just gonna be about 5 to 10, 15 minutes. I thought today, a lot of you guys have asked me about devotionals and Bible studies and things like that. So until I see how this goes, or if any of you would want to do a Bible study through YouTube, I thought I would just read it from a devotional. So a lot of you ask me, how do you get close to God if you've never found faith or if you've gotten away from your faith? I think the first thing is just to talk to God, just to close your eyes, talk to God. You don't even have to know what to say. Sometimes you can just close your eyes and just think and be quiet, and things will come to you. When you're ready, you can ask Jesus into your heart. If you believe in your heart and you say it with your mouth that Jesus died for you, and you ask him into your heart, the Holy Spirit will reside in you, like in that instant. So let me just start with this. This is Jesus Calling. This is one of the easiest ones to start with if you're new to getting closer to God and learning your faith. So I'm gonna read this today. And the day I'm reading it is March 15th. Listen to the love song that I'm continually singing to you. I take great delight in you. I rejoice over you with singing. The voices of the world are a cacophony of chaos, pulling you this way and that. Don't listen to those voices. Challenge them with my word. Learn to take many breaks from the world, finding a place to be still in my presence and listen to my voice. So just as I said, just find a place to be still. Close your eyes, go out in nature. Just sit there and feel anything that you feel. There is immense hidden treasure to be found through listening to me. Though I pour out blessings upon you always, some of my richest blessings have to be actively sought. I love to reveal myself to you, and your seeking heart opens you up to receive more of my disclosure. Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened for you. Granger and I have talked a lot about this verse this week. Ask and it will be given to you. I think because people, especially like our situation, we prayed so hard for River to be healed and to be saved. And I think people think if you just ask God for it, you're gonna get it. And what we've realized is it's not ask for anything you want in the world and you shall receive. It's ask for God's presence. It's ask for Jesus to be with you through all of those things, and you will receive that. I'm already crying, y'all. We're not always gonna get what we ask for. And sometimes God purposely doesn't give us, or you've heard that song, Unanswered Prayers. Sometimes God doesn't answer our prayers because he has something bigger planned for us. And while we don't understand why God didn't answer our prayers, we had hundreds, thousands of people praying for us. We know that there's a bigger plan, and we know that that just wasn't meant to be in River's case. And so maybe his bigger plan was saving those 2 other people, saving so many of you that told me that you have been brought to God because of River. That's really hard to take in, but I think that's so beautiful. So if you ask for things and you don't get them, or if you pray for things and you don't get them, just understand God is doing so much more in your life than you could ever know. And he always has been, and he always will. So that's one of my favorite ones that I start with in the morning. I also do another one called New Morning Mercies by Paul David Tripp. I think I'm gonna save another devotional. Let me know if you would like me to do that, if you would like me to pick from a couple of my favorite devotionals and read one of those to you guys in the morning, talk to you about how it makes me feel, talk to you about what I think it means. We can do that. First off, let me just talk about my faith, because everybody always says, you seem like you have so much faith, and did you always grow up that way? I've said this a lot on the Smiths. I've said this at church. I did not always have this kind of faith, you guys. I didn't. I was probably lost. I did go to church when I was younger. We went to church every Sunday, but it wasn't something we brought back into our home. It wasn't something that I knew that God loved me, you know, and no matter what, I was his child. I didn't know that. I didn't find that until my mid-20s. I'm probably 27. I knew of God and I knew of Jesus. I just didn't truly know them in my heart. And I can just tell you there's so much peace with having them actually in your heart, not just going to church and running through the motions and shaking hands. It's really cultivating that relationship with Jesus. And I really just started getting this strong of faith about 4 years ago. But I'm so glad I did, because without it, I would be lost again. The only thing I can attribute it to, we talked about identity in one of the MOPS groups that I spoke at last week, was that I was so lost. It's like that song, Amazing Grace. I was so lost back then. And now I feel like I'm so found and so known and so loved and so cared for. And that brings so much peace in the worst of circumstances where you think you would just have nothing. Having God in your heart can bring this crazy peace that you never knew you could have. And joy. And, you know, joy in hard times and tribulations. And that's all building character. You know, we don't know why we go through things, but they're all in a way to mold us and change us and make us more like Christ. So let me know if all of that was too much for you, too preachy for you. I don't ever want to come off as too preachy, but you guys have asked me to do this, and I'm just kind of telling you how I feel. So I'm going to tack on a little hair tutorial at the end of this, kind of balance things out with some Jesus and some makeup and some hair. So you guys can watch that next. Thank you for joining me on the first Arise with Amber. I'm going to go to church. That's why I'm already actually have all my makeup on. I'm going to go to church today. The kids are at the ranch with Granger, and I'm just going to see what this day brings. Thank you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye. Okay, I'm back. A lot of y'all wanted to know, girls, wanted to know how I do my hair, which curling irons I use. I don't ever blow dry my hair normally, but I blow dried it today for y'all. I usually just wash it, put some leave-in conditioner and let it air dry so I don't damage it, especially because I'm back blonde now. Today I thought I would do 2 different curling irons. These are the main ones that I use. Granger always texts when I'm filming. It's the Conair Infinity Pro. It's a 1 1/4 inch. Conair, you can get it on Amazon or Walmart. Look, there's like hair all over it. This is another Conair. It's called the U-Curl XL, and it's tapered. I love both of these. So I thought I would just mix and match, mix it up. So I like this Kristen S Dry Finish Working Texture Spray. She also has a good dry shampoo. This is at Target. I just spray a little bit in my roots. And spray a little all over, and then we'll get to curling. Let's see what Granger said. Does your phone work yet? No, my phone doesn't work. So I'm gonna just start with the curling iron, and you're gonna curl away from your face. Just take a small section, twist it away from your face, hold it for a few seconds, and let it go. Maybe take the wand, wrap it around. This thing gets really hot, so be careful so you don't burn yourself. I really love this one too, especially for like beach waves. It's fun. Let's see, let's do another one of these right here. I don't know what happened there. And then when you get kind of to the back, I kind of mix it up and go the opposite way. So do a couple towards your face. Just makes it look a little bit more natural. And then go back the other way. Sometimes if you want it real piecey, you can leave like a longer piece of the end out. That works too. It usually takes me about 10 minutes. And I also don't wash my hair every day. I usually go like at least 3 days, sometimes 4, depending if I work out. But even when I work out, I don't really sweat too much, and I'll just use dry shampoo. So I don't wash my hair a lot. I don't blow dry it, hardly ever. I do use heat products sometimes to curl it, but that's about it. I do take vitamins, so that helps it grow. And then other than that, just the color. And I cut it every, I don't know, every few months or so. All right, I'm done with this side. We'll go to the other side. So then you can just run your fingers through that. Cool. I think I'm done. I'm just gonna go out like this. And then some of y'all asked what kind of shampoo I use. I use the Pureology Hydrate. They also have like the color care, but I really like the Hydrate right now. You can get that at Sephora or Ulta or Amazon. It's in the purple bottles, and they have it for all hair colors. And then if I need a treatment, I'll do the Olaplex 3. It's in a little plastic container. And I just reach back here to see if I missed any. See the back. Kids are being so good. They've been coloring and dancing, being creative. Okay, look, that only took 6 minutes. Actually, let's do something with this guy. Funky, do you want to go away or towards? Let's go towards. Okay, that's that. Shake it out, spray it, and you are good to go. Bye. Okay, so I got dressed for church and then I got to thinking, I should end this in some way with like some tagline or some word of advice or something to send y'all off into the day with. I don't know what time you guys will watch these, if it'll be morning, noon, or night, but I just wanna say, if there are anybody, but any young girls, young guys, I don't know what you guys are going through. I don't know if you guys are having a hard time right now or if you guys are living your best life and loving life and having a great time. Either way, I just wanna leave you with this little nugget. God knows you, God loves you, and the creator of the entire universe and the creator of all the stars knows you by name. So please go into the world knowing that you are loved, you are chosen, you are important. Value yourself, value other people, and know that God has such a big plan for your life. And we don't always understand it, but just know that. Go into this day, make it great, and know that you are chosen.